I've always been the kind of person who believes everything happens for a reason, even when the reason seems far too cruel to understand. I grew up in a small town, the kind where everyone knows your life better than you do. My mother was a seamstress, my father worked in my grandfather's workshop, and though we weren't rich, we had enough. I, however, always dreamed of what lay beyond that little world. I wanted to travel, study somewhere far away, and become someone the world would notice. In school, I was the serious one, always focused, always worried about the future. While the other girls talked about parties and boyfriends, I thought about college exams and scholarships. My best friend Lucas was the complete opposite, carefree, messy, always smiling. He used to tease me, saying, "One day, the world's gonna make you breathe." I laughed, pretending it didn't affect me, but deep down, I liked his lightness. Time passed, and when high school ended, I was accepted into a university in another city. It was the happiest and saddest day of my life. Lucas took me to the bus station and said, "Go conquer the world, but don't forget me." I promised I wouldn't, and for a long time I didn't. The first months were hard. The city scared me. People moved too fast. Everything felt too big. But I adapted. I got an internship, made friends, started building the future I'd always wanted. Still, on quiet nights, I missed the smell of my father's workshop, the sound of my mother's sewing machine, and Lucas's laugh echoing down the street. One summer I went back home. Everything looked the same, but it wasn't. My parents seemed older, the street smaller, and Lucas, he was dating someone. I felt an ache I couldn't quite explain. We laughed, caught up, pretended everything was the same, but it wasn't. There was a distance between us now, one that no amount of laughter could fill. The years went by. I graduated, found a good job, started building a life. We sent the occasional message, but time, relentless as it is, turned promises into silence. Then one day, my mother called to tell me Lucas's father had passed away. I took the first bus back. At the funeral, I saw him again, older, quieter, but still him. We didn't talk much, but one look said everything. After that, we started talking again. Texts, late-night calls, memories. He told me about the job he hated. I told him about the exhaustion of chasing dreams that sometimes felt empty. One night, he asked me, "What if we had stayed together back then?" I didn't answer right away, but deep down, I already knew. The following months were full of laughter and nostalgia. It felt like time had stopped just to give us one more chance. But life, generous and cruel, never stays still. Soon, he got a job offer in another state. "This time it's my turn to go," he said, smiling. I hugged him and whispered, "Then go. The world belongs to you too." We kept in touch, but slowly, like before, distance worked its quiet magic. I learned that some people aren't meant to stay. They're meant to teach you how to live, how to feel, and how to remember. Sometimes I think that if we tried to make it work, maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe the beauty of us was in what never really happened. Years later, I'm married now with a son and a peaceful life. Sometimes when I pass by the street where we grew up, I remember Lucas sitting on that old wall telling me to breathe. And I do, deeply, as if the air still carried his laughter. Recently, I ran into his mother at the market. She told me he's living by the sea, running a photography studio, and that he's happy. I smiled, relieved, knowing life had been kind to him. Sometimes I imagine meeting him again. Maybe we'd laugh about our choices, the letters we never sent, the fears that kept us apart. But then I realized some stories don't need a continuation, just remembrance. And somehow he still lives inside mine. Maybe that's what time does. It keeps the promises we couldn't fulfill and turns them into memories that never leave us. And in the end, it doesn't matter that we didn't end up together. What matters is that for a while, we were home to each other. And that, in some quiet, eternal way, never fades.